What's going on, world? We back at it again with the Work Hard Wednesday. March 16th, 2016. Near peace out, everybody else. Please catch the hangout. Let's stay in communication. That is the best thing. Find yourself drifting away. I mean, we can't really do anything about that, but if you find yourself still here, please keep yourself informed. Thank you, Jesus, for allowing us this opportunity. We jump right into it, go over some quick updates, and then we're out the door. But before we get started, we go over our cheat sheets, and I'm going to be going over it right now. Uce Juice, the never-ending boost, the romance copy. This is more than just another drink. Dare to turn your dream into reality, to inspire a generation to go further, instill confidence in oneself, and transform into a new you. Motivation, determination, and patience, strength, unity, and peace is our recipe for you to succeed. Join the movement. Every time we are able to recite this romance copy, feel good about it, because every the words that were put into this thing, they speak volumes, and they're action words. That's powerful. There's a lot of people that we've inspired and we've influenced along our journey, and they are all turning their, well, not all of them, but a lot of people are turning their dreams into reality. And we ought to be feeling pretty good about ourselves and what God has been able to do with us in our lives and the growth, and then being able to speak through us and use us and open up the hearts and the minds of the people, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. How can we impact and affect people's lives in such a positive way that we get a return? And when I mean a return on investment is them believing in themselves, them aspiring to do more, to become more, them being motivated to go after something that a lot of people just are not going to make that attempt. So that's why I say it's always good to be able to recite this. Our bottle type is 20 ounces, 591 milliliters, heat set, Amcor, Powerflex, long neck, PET, polyethylene terephthalate. Bottle diameter and width, 2.582 inches, both. Bottle height, 8.5 inches. Net weight fluid, 619.1 grams. The gross weight, fluid and bottle, 659.1 grams. Finish is 38 millimeters. The bottle weight, 40 grams. Nutritional facts. Serving size, 8 fluid ounces, 240 milliliters, 60 milligrams of natural caffeine per 8 fluid ounces, 150 milligrams of natural caffeine per 20 fluid ounces. Serving per container, 2.5, 70 calories per serving, 175 total. Any calories from fat, 0. Total fat, saturated fat, trans fat, 0 grams. Cholesterol, sodium, 0 milligrams each. Carbohydrates, 17 grams per serving, 42.5 total. Percent daily value, 6%, 15% total. Dietary fiber, 0 grams. Sugars, 16 grams, 40 total. Protein, 0 grams. Vitamin A, 2%, 5% total. Vitamin C, 8%, 20% total. Calcium, 2%, 5% total. Iron, 0%. Benefits of ingredients. Actually, our mission statement is to motivate and inspire others to tap into their inner greatness and dare to turn their dream into reality. Benefits of ingredients. Apple juice reduces bad cholesterol levels and enhances the cardiovascular health of a person. The risk of getting heart disease is reduced significantly. Helpful for weight loss, improves the functioning and health of intestines, combats constipation effectively, cleans liver and kidneys, and reduces the risk of kidney and liver disease. Improves digestion and eliminates harmful toxins from the body. Contains antioxidants which prevent different kinds of cancer. Vitamin C, very good for the lungs, and it lowers the risk of asthma. Mango improves memory and concentration, prevents mental weakness, rich in beta-carotene, which prevents heart disease and other ailments, combats poor digestion and acidity, very effective for liver disorders, rich in vitamin A. This is good for your eyesight, makes the complexion fair and the skin soft and shiny. Pineapple contains the enzyme bromeliad, a natural anti-inflammatory that encourages the healing of bruises and swelling in the body. Bromeliad can reduce arthritis pain and postoperative swelling, also promotes good digestion by helping the body break down proteins. Contains vitamin C, which functions as a natural antioxidant. Antioxidant promotes a healthy immune system and can help you recover more quickly from a cold. Promotes cell growth, tissue repair, and the body's production of collagen and protein that plays an important role in the healing of wounds. It helps the body metabolize fats and absorb iron. Noni, protection against the development of cancer, exhibits anti-tumor properties, an immune booster, and it's considered one of the most nutritious fruits. Many of its nutrients are known to stimulate the immune system. A digestive stimulant traditionally used as a laxative has been found 75% as effective as morphine sulfate in relieving pain without toxic side effects, effective against bacteria and fungus with active compounds like anthraquinones, scolopin, and terpenes. Taro is a root vegetable grown in semi-tropical climates. It has a low glycemic index. A low GI means that taro affects blood sugar levels slowly without the peaks and crashes of a high GI, which leads to increased hunger later on. Eating a diet of low GI foods can help prevent diabetes, and it contains good amounts of vitamin A and C. Tropical banana contains good amounts of antioxidants, minerals, vitamins, replenishes energy, and revitalizes the body instantly. Vitamin C helps the body develop resistance against infectious agents and scavenge harmful oxygen-free radicals. Malic acid, an organic compound that is made by all living organisms, contributes to the pleasantly sour taste of fruits and is used as a food additive. Natural caffeine, the raw green Arabica coffee bean, is considered to make milder, less bitter coffee. It is the Adam and Eve of coffee beans grown in Ethiopia as well as 70 other equatorial countries. Lastly, pectin, a gelling agent used as a stabilizer in fruit juices, gives you an excellent mouthfeel with taste consumers expect from fruit juices. Bam, we're done with that. All right. I'm just going to go over some quick updates with you guys real quick. Here we go. Here we go with the flow. Okay, so I need to go back. All right, so real quick, we're going to be talking about this for the within the next week or so. We'll be talking about this a little bit, in our meetings. But we took care of the Polynesian, or the Samoa vendor fee. It was $300. Last year was $200. Like I told you guys, they raised it this year because they believe it's going to get bigger. And then the contract that they have with the people that are going to be broadcasting it live on TV. So this year we did really well last year. I've stated this back in previous meetings. We want to go in there. We want to handle business, and we want to kill. I mean, this year we sold water last year, but we're going to be more. We're going to push a harder line because we want to get the biggest. I mean, while we're there, we want to do as much as we can because this is that opportunity to get those consumers that will never have a chance to see again. Most likely, it's like a one-time buy. So that is in the books. That is a go. If you guys seen social media, they posted it up on their little page. So we're good to go, and we're ready come April 2nd. Like I said, we're going to be prepping within these next couple weeks, but I just want to give you a heads up that we did take care of that expense. A couple other notes about sponsorships or vendor. This are actually, since we're talking about this, let's go to this week's event. To be honest, because we're not going to be here on Friday. We're going to have an event, and it's the this it's the St. Patrick's Day Friday. This Friday, we're going to be showing up at 5 o'clock to set up. Um, for those of us who are available for, yeah, 5 o'clock. Angelo, he doesn't have anything mapped out yet, but when we get there, he'll have something mapped out. Now, depending on the attendance, I mean, it's looking like it could easily be like around 300 or something, probably more, based on some of the data that I was given last night. So, if that is the case, and we might set up two booths, and I don't think it, I mean, I don't think it's going to be that difficult. We'll probably only have one and one. I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, I don't think it's going to be like crazy, like people like wanting to buy. I mean, but we're going to see. But any questions about that event? Once again, it's Angelo. He just tells us, hey, just show up. Nothing really other than that. So we're basically just going to pop up, do our thing, and enjoy the show.
Are we selling at that event?
Yeah, that's why I just said. That's why we're leaving at 5.
All right, cool.
We're gonna leave at 5. The doors open at 7, I believe. So we'll be there just ahead of time. See if he needs help with setup, whatever. We set up our stuff, get a good look, and then yeah, and that's pretty much it. I mean, if we think about some of the event, like one of the things that we've been lacking in is events. I mean, to be honest, this year, like we haven't really been on top of it, and the reason why is because we know like what Will is trying to do right now. A lot of side jobs, trying to get his uh, company off the ground, or trying to build the foundation for his company. Um, And so, therefore, that party that was looking for events that helped out a lot is no longer there. But at the moment, but if you think about last year, we had a season, or yeah, but yeah, so we had a K-Kai, which we did last month. But we had 3 baseball games. We had the Earthbound event. We had a Salinas concert, Earthbound event because they opened, so that was only a one-time deal. That Salinas concert, they just had some money that they thought they could just, be the event planners or whatever. They wanted to do that, but we had that as well. And then now this fast forward to this year, we've only done no events in March. Yeah, the only events that we've done, and it's not really we don't consider it because it's not one of those things that you're gonna go get some money, like generate some real money. But we've done the Marina High baseball games. We've done 2 of them, and as of today, that's only rake this in only $68. So, like I said, last year we did 3 games, and our totals were like 51, 40, and 17. So, and it was just because like we were just like, man, we just need to get out there. But this year, it's going to be the same thing, like low numbers, but just staying active. We add in this event that gives us a good look, at least to close out the month of March, and then we start the month of April off with an event which is good for us because that's a huge event for us that we're looking forward to. But are there any questions as far as this St. Patrick's Day? Not to, I mean, to be honest, it's not, there's nothing new to, this is pretty much routine. These smaller events, and then we'll figure it out when we get there, like as far as the layout, if we're going to decide to do one or two tables. If we do decide to do 2 tables, then we're gonna have to leave like one party or one man at the table, one killer performs. so that we can go up there and do support whatever.
I think we'll only need one table.
One table.
Yeah, because the event got canceled at the Monterey building, so they had to move it to the Fox Theater, and we already know how the setup is over there, so we're normally in that
For
back
real?
left corner.
Dang. When did that
I guess
happen?
it just happened today because I guess the Monterey Police Department, they seen Ezel's name on there, and they said they canceled the venue, and they gave the return back or the refund or whatever, and they just moved it over to the Fox Theater, and I guess they got it for free over there. But they were saying that Ezel promotes drugs and violence, and they don't want that type of venue out there. So,
Yeah. Well, that's the politics of it all is because
but then they got like you have all the reggae fests, and
yeah,
can't
right.
just be blowing and shit, so it don't make any sense.
That's all. Yeah, like okay, that's man, that's terrible. But now we know. Yeah, that's it. All right, cool. So I mean, if it's at the Fox Theater, change of plans. We're still gonna rock because it starts at 7. Now one table. Yeah, I think it with only a couple days left. I mean, I can't really speak for how things are gonna work out, but hopefully those people still come out and support in Salinas, and you know we're gonna do what we do.
Yep.
Here we go. So we move on from that. And then another update that I'm working on right now. I'm working with Kenny Teaks or Kenny Capital. I'm working with him. We're working on some new concepts for POS material, and then an update. Moving forward. Ben contacted me Monday, and and then I approved. I approved his for the bottle cutouts, and it's pretty simple. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen it before. I'm just gonna give you a quick look at it real quick, but all he did was just add the 299 mark in it. Nothing. I thought it was gonna be more poppier, but we'll see. Like his boy makes it like this cartoonish feel, as you guys seen the Hustle Heads when we did the little videos and whatnot. But this is all he did, and this is all I told him to do. To be honest, just add the pricing right on top of the like where the open space is for the bottle, right there. But this is how our bottle cutouts are going to look. Now we can't take this to events, obviously, but for our retailers, I think it would be. I think if like I was talking to Pi earlier, and goes for you as well, Mick. Like when we're going out there with POS material, we're gonna fight now. Like because we didn't have it in the past, so there was no need, you know. But now we want placement. I mean, we want to ask everything. Like, can we put it here? If not, can we put it here? And this is something that we've been training ourselves for the past 3 years, going in looking at specific placement of POS material, and then now we got an opportunity to say, you know what, we want that placement. And for the most part, a lot of our retailers that we work well with, I'm pretty sure they won't have a problem with us putting up POS material to help promote the product and build brand awareness. So should be here hopefully by the end of this week, if not next week for sure. But this is already in motion. That's the good news about that update. And I'm excited to see what Kenny is able to do because all he's been doing is posting things for on his Snapchat for the work that he's doing with major beer brand right now. He's doing some POS work for them. So yeah, definitely excited. Another update was the guy Robert Morales from Golden Empire Distribution Company in Southern California. He actually responded back to me, and and he asked if we have any representatives that currently work in the LA area, and I told him no, we take our own trips. So I mean, I'm hoping that that was I responded 2 days ago, so I'm hoping that he gets back to me with a decision. But I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Like I said, every time I get an email, a word from him, so that we can see if we're gonna be able to enter into the SoCal market again. Um, and I'm always gonna be optimistic. I mean, I think that it would be beneficial for them because they've just been taking on other products. So why not ours? For us, yeah, we get to get out there and expose ourselves to different outlets and try it again. I mean, that's how, yeah, if you think about a wave crashing and hitting the sand, it hits the sand and it goes back, and then it hits it again, but it keeps on coming, and that's how we got to be thinking. Like we're waves, right? Bam, wave hit. Oh damn, it did, went back. Now we got to hit another wave. We got to hit it again. So that's who I'm talking to, and hopefully we get some good news back from them.
And I just got off the phone with July too.
And that's another update right there. Go ahead, let them know.
So, July, DJ July, I just got off the phone with him. They're doing he's doing an AAU team from Arena called the Fogtown Elite, and so he's asked us to sponsor, and so with the sponsor, he's asking for anything, and so and he said anything literally. So what I told him, he's gonna send us basically what he's gonna do. He should be emailing me and Boog right now for the logo. He wants to put our logo on everything that they're gonna like on their warm ups, on their jerseys, on their shirts. So basically, they're gonna be walking billboards for us as well. And so what I had told him, he said anything. I said okay. How about $200-300, and we'll possibly could provide you guys with some product. And he said, fuck yeah. He said whatever you guys want to do. He said whatever you guys want to do, because he said it's about to get started up pretty soon.
Yeah.
And then also a good thing too with us sponsoring, he's gonna send some paperwork to where whatever we do give up is we're just gonna be able to write it off as like a tax write-off for next year.
I mean, you can write off anything. I mean, we do that anyways, regardless.
Yeah. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. If you guys
Yeah,
want
it's
to
either
do it.
one or the other. Like when he sends over the information, yeah, we'll figure it out. But we're not gonna be giving $200-300 and product. It's either one or the
It's
other.
either one or the other. That's what I was like. I mean, we'll talk. I told him I'll talk to the team, see what they want to do. And he said even if we just donate product to them for every game, I mean,
Yeah,
a couple 3-4 cases for every game whenever they travel. He said, man, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? He said just whatever you guys can do.
yeah. Because I think because that we probably might go that route, like a couple cases. I think two is fine. I mean, if there's only 11 people on the team,
That's perfect.
yeah, two cases, two bottles apiece, 20. You still got two left over for the coach, but um, yeah. But I think we would go in that route just because of the fact that it kind of saves us cash, and then not only that, but then they get the consistency with them traveling and playing these games and having Uce Juice. Our return and investment would be them after the game. Fuck, I need another Uce Juice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would be our return, and I know it's gonna be it will pay its dividends in
And then
due
he said
time.
too, if we could make some flyers too, because just what you're saying. He said, if you guys can make some flyers or something, so I can have with me, when people are asking me at these games, like, what is Uce Juice? I'll have that information on the flyer where I can just like, here, man, this is what it is. Uce Juice. Here's a flyer. Check them out. You know what I mean? So
Oh
he
yeah,
also
we got
has,
hell of them fly.
Yeah.
This nigga S got hell of them left. I know he ain't even passed out one, but
So let's grab those and we'll give them to him too.
yeah, nah, cause we got enough right here to give him like a stack, and but yeah, we got those flyers, man. I got like half a box left. Or
Because he said they're going to be going as far as Reno. You know what I mean? He said some of the games will be here at King High, at King Middle School. And he said, man, even if you guys want to drop in on the practices over here at Los Arbos, you know what I mean, to meet the team and shit, let them know who you guys are as well. He said, man, let's do it.
sir, so we'll be looking into that once we get that information, and then we'll come up with something and handle that. And then the last update before we get into sales real quick. And I know I talked to you guys, but I just want to put it out there on air just in case, if no, for those who will have an opportunity to watch this. But we had a great meeting yesterday with Shell Corporation, and we discussed everything that I talked to you two about. This is what we discussed as a team. I want you guys to hear this. We're going to be doing a 10 and 2. So 10 buy 10 cases, get 2 free for Shell Corporations starting April 1st. So April 1st is a Friday. April 1st is a Friday. That's Mick's birthday. So that day, there are 8 accounts that we are looking to make these deliveries happen to. And that could be a busy day for us, depending if we plan and schedule it like that. We'll go out hitting heavy hard because the next day we got to go to the game. The next day is going to be the Samoa Bowl. So is going to be real good for us as far as sales is concerned, because of the fact that when I was talking to everybody, I really felt that they were in tune, they were listening to what we had to say. I really feel that with the push of Cecilia and her backing and her stamp of approval, that is going to help us to do even better than we did before when we had the meeting last year, and it really didn't help. I mean, it didn't do nothing. Nobody was really pushing anything, and we kind of went at it like we'll do it ourselves, as compared to we should have just went through the big dog herself so that she can really press the issue on all of her managers. So with this deal, 10 and 2, they're going to be running a 2-for-4 special from the months of April to June. We want to run an aggressive campaign, and we put together incentive packages for all of these locations. And here goes the thing: it's like we want them to get to this level on a consistent basis, pushing 10 cases a month. We want them all to get there because we know what this can do for us as a company, seeing these kind of numbers each and every month out of our best-selling retailer account. The plan of attack that we have to set in place is one check, like the beginning of the month, to all show locations. We have a checkup, and then the end of the month. So first, 31st, right? When we go to drop off, obviously it's 10 and 2. Okay. But they could have whatever a product left over on them. So we have to get accurate numbers. I have to stress that to you guys again, accurate numbers, because I went to spots after they've been checked and the numbers weren't the same. And this is why I stress that we have to look everywhere. Ask, hey, do you think it's somewhere else? It's okay, but we have to make sure that we have our numbers correct, because of the fact that these incentive programs are going to be implemented. If we don't have our numbers correct, then it just messes up the whole thing, because they could just say anything and we're like, oh yeah, okay, free barbecue. Well, oh, hell no, whatever the incentive is for the amount of product moved. But let's stay on top of this, guys. When we do that, first of the month, end of the month, 2 checkups to every location. See how they're doing. And here goes the thing: after the first month, right? Because I want to see if they're really working, if they're really pushing. I really don't want to do any. I don't want to do any samples at any Shell locations for that first month. And the reason why is just a tester. right? Because I want to see if they're able to move 10 cases on their own. If they're not, then it's going to be like, oh man, these dudes are just playing. Now we got to go in there and do our job, and we got to take full advantage. Now, what do you guys think about that? Because obviously, if we go in there and they only got to sell 2 bottles, they only got to sell 4 bottles a day, and we go in there and we only got to make 2 sales, you know what I mean? Or we go in there and we do, because if we were moving easily at Hard and Shell, we're moving at least. We go there for an hour, out a couple hours, we're coming out with a couple cases, and that's at two for five. Now drop it down to 2 for 4. How many more people are going to be more receptive to that deal as compared to existing customers? And then like, oh shit, they're taking full advantage. They're buying cases. Oh, I gotta stock up now before this deal ends. But what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think we should just go in straight? Fuck it, let's just sample first month, or do we just kind of let's just watch and see if they're going to be doing it? Because if we pick the watch and see, right, then it doesn't go from one checkup at the first of the month and one checkup at the end of the month. It goes to like 3 checkups, right? It's like one and then mid month and then the end of the month, for the simple fact that we got to see what are they doing on a weekly basis or on a consistent basis. But what do you guys? Any thoughts about that?
I think that's a good idea to, don't fuck with them for the first month just to see where they're at. You know what I mean? Because they should be doing their job. So I think that's a great idea, not to sample there and focus on some other sampling at other locations since the springtime is coming.
Yeah, totally. I mean, that was kind of my thinking too, because of the fact that some of these other spots like Whole Foods, we gotta start prepping for them. Whole Foods, AJ's, who else is big? Our other gas stations around the area. Just really focusing on those accounts that we could try to grow. Um, and that was the whole purpose, to really see, to make them earn it. Like, man, we don't want to just say, hey, we're going to drop off incentive, and we come for a sampling and we just move basically all their work for them. Then that doesn't give them any. They're like, oh, these guys are just going to show up. They'll do it themselves. Like, it doesn't give them any motivation to really push. And so that's why I thought about that. But I really want to do that. Or if we all agree, we're good. 3 times a month come April. But if we're not on the same page, let's get it out right now, because we are the sales team right here, and we will be doing pretty much all the samplings for spring, summer, and then the whole rest of the year and whatnot. But we all good with that right there?
Yeah, I think we should do it. If you throw out an incentive program and they ain't moving none, then we go over there and we do the samplings. We start moving it, then that was pointless of giving them an incentive program.
Yeah.
So I mean, put that out there in their face and see what they do with it in the month. And after that month, if it didn't crack, then that's when we know we got to go in there and do it.
Yeah. And then
it saves us trying to give away something for them for not doing nothing.
And then that's where the incentive. That's where we would communicate. So our next step. So we're thinking a couple steps ahead, right? So all right, that would be our plan. Then the next step after the initial would be to contact Cecilia for the next month and say, man, we're going to change up the whole incentive program, because we're not seeing worst case scenario, if they're not pushing, okay, nobody's taking advantage of this sell incentive or this incentive program. We're going to have to switch it up for this next month right here and see what, if we can get a spark out of them. And for the switch up, it just comes down to, well, it's kind of hard to, like, who we're going to pick, but I'd rather just pick the managers, because it's only one of them. And then as compared to the employees, because that's a whole group of people, and that's actually more money that we're going to come out the pocket with for incentives. So we totally switched the
You do it
incentive
by their teams.
by their team. Oh,
Yeah, by their locations. Like whoever's selling the most, then if they're not doing it on their own like that through the month, then that's when we switch it up and turn the incentive program towards each other. It's make it like a battle against each
competition.
location.
Damn, that was the same thing. See, that was the same thing she said, and it was the same thing on the Coca-Cola incentive that they have put together for them. It was basically like the store they wanted the store. Let me just show you guys so you guys can get a better visual of what I'm talking about right here. But she sent me this right.
Every chain location got a stun on each other.
Yeah. So this was the Coca-Cola for Nas when they were running their incentive program. But all they this is their pricing, and this is where we can get better at designing our, sell sheets and whatnot. But what they did was incentive will measure Nas through 16-ounce sales combined growth versus PY in November 1st to December 15th. Top two stores will receive a 6. See, it says the top two stores. Well, if it's the top two stores already, it's Marina and Hardin, because that's easy. But then they say a qualifier chain must achieve minimum 10% overall growth in energy drink or KO energy during the incentive period, and that's in order for them to get that piece of the pot or that incentive. But like Mick said, see, because this right here it says top two stores, we put them at it. That's the next step. Like that's the plan. Go to Cecilia with um, uh, a revised incentive where we put the pressure on them to really start making moves. And who wants it? Who wants it more? So great. We're on the right path, our right mind set right there for as far as the next couple steps ahead. And I think that would really work out. So we're gonna even with us talking about it right now, within the following weeks, leading up, to April 1st, we have to put together a plan, a revised incentive program as the backup plan, or just to have it in our pocket come May. So cool. Uh, but yeah, from the meeting, like I said, Cecilia, we're gonna be doing. She's all for it. They're all for us as a company, and I look forward to really seeing what could be it, what we can accomplish by doing this. You know what I mean? And see where we can go. Because if it does well, the 2 for $4 special, and they're able to just keep that 18% profit margin, I'm willing to even jump a little bit, like 20%. I'm willing to give them like 10-3 at the most. 10-3 at the most. I'm willing to. Our son, I mean, well, it just depends, but I'm just saying, if they are going to be pushing on a consistent basis, where every account is pushing 10 cases, I am really, really willing to work with them to even boost that minimum for the special. So we'll see. I'm excited though. And then the last thing for us, right here before we close out, it is today is today's the 16th, so I want to bring this up for you guys, what we've been doing so far, because like I said, man, let's stay informed, let's stay on top of things. This year is all about keeping track, keeping this data in our minds, so that we can be able to measure more efficiently, more effectively, and we don't get caught slipping like we did last year. So where's this? right, you guys see that right there. So if you guys do the math with me, right now, currently, we stand, today's the 16th, 157 cases sold out the retailer in. We got 3191.60. And then we move on to events. We got a couple events right there. Oops. A couple of events right there for March. 68 bucks, so we add that 68 plus, and then we move on to March sales. March sales, we got 126 plus Black Cruise 280 plus 160 plus oops, 840. All right, so I mean, just doing the math right there real quick. It's subscription.
40 or something.
Yeah, $4,665.60. So what's that top number again? All right, so last year in March, we did 74, 69.20. Now we take away 46, 65.60 equals 2803 needed. 2803 and 60 cents needed. 2803 and 60 cents needed. We divide that by 15 days left. And for the next 15 days, we are going to have to make $186.91. 186.91 for the next 15 days. It doesn't sound like much, but once again, we only got 15 days. We got some deliveries lined up for tomorrow. That's gonna help us out a lot. We got some people to take some bigger orders. And when we think about bigger orders, there was the thing that we have to understand is like for the next month. You know, that's I think that's something that we just kind of like tuned out. But for the next month, it's like those sales that were coming in. We're just gonna use Mundos because so 2, 4. So you get 4 cases in a month, right? Man, that's 4 cases. But the next month, because he's already stocked, he's gonna take a 5-in-1. Then you're not gonna see that delivery until the following month. So where does that, how do you keep up the sales because we did a bigger order? And that's that's something to think about. Like, okay, well, we got apparel going. What else can we do? Like, okay, and then here goes the thing. Like, man, as far as us as sales, because of the spring and summer, we really need to sit down and discuss a commission-based going after new accounts, like we did in 2 years ago, right? Or the beginning of last year we did, but we didn't stick through it. But we need to talk about, like, okay, You know, we put down certain quotas that we want to meet as far as gaining account wise, because it's that time to go. You know, come April. I mean, even within this last, I would say April is it's time to go to try and get as many accounts as possible before the summer ends. Um, but we need to sit down, put together a plan of attack, because that time is now. We have to find new accounts, and we have to keep on continuing to grow and expand. Whether they're going to let us in, on then even if they don't let us in, we got to kick the door down, and we got to go back into that aggressive state of mind where we're just pushing the issue, pushing the boundaries, because that takes us out of our comfortability, and we don't want to be comfortable. I mean, right now, I mean, last year, like I told you guys, we kind of really just wanted to understand, maintain, sustain our existing accounts. It's not about how many doors you're in, but what you're doing in those doors. We're doing those things, and that is why, with this incentive program with Shell, it's going to help elite. It's going to help us out a lot, and that's why I'm hoping they perform, because once again, you got these guys performing at eight accounts. That open up the door for us to go win more accounts and start building up existing accounts, and then even these new accounts. And it was perfect that the guy, I don't know what his name is, but one of the big dogs from Shell, he told them that, I really thank you guys, appreciate you guys, because you guys are helping us by, standing in the gap of generating these sales each and every day, and that allows us to go and, budget accordingly, put together these $1 million budgets to expand certain new locations, upgrade, the whole nine, etc. But he told them they're about doing 50K a month in the locations, and that's big. And I kind of just took a page out of his book and ran with it. And that's why it's like, man, if we can get them on board, to really push the issue, I see like a great spring and summer for us. And the reason why we need this is because our summers tend to be slow through the retailer end, and so we have the right incentives in place, we have the right people, we can get our summer numbers up and not have to rely on trying to put together some kind of deal that just makes sense, or an event, because if you think about it, right, the $25 a case is going to be hard to run that special again, and for the simple fact that people already seen it. And even though, if because we tried it again at the end of the year, but we only ran it for like a week or two, or a couple something, but it didn't hit like we thought, or like we would have liked it to hit, like it did in June. So it's, once again, it's like, how do we? Those are some other things that we got to think about, putting together another summertime package. Because if we were able to generate our most in the history of this company, 19K, like almost 20K in a month, then, like I told you guys, you got to always be thinking ahead. Okay, we're trying to close out this month and get us to that number that we need to get to, but man, June is approaching quickly. How are we going to be able to generate 19K in that month? And that's why the wheels got to be spinning. We got to be talking. We got to be thinking about ideas. We got to be always persistent in, us, like, okay, what is the next step? We always got to be thinking like that. So we have to stay on our toes. It's important that we stay on our toes, because these next coming months, we're going to be looking to generate a lot of capital to grow our company. And so stay on top of it. Once again, $186.11, I believe. Yeah, $186. Oh, 91 cents. My bad. $186.91 for the next 15 days. We're gonna I mean, we got some big, some accounts that we're gonna be dropping off large quantities, and it definitely helps. I mean, every little bit helps, but it's those other accounts too, like Mick. Uh, I need you guys. I don't know what you guys do on Saturdays, but I need you guys, like, whatever. If there is a window to check on those spots that we could probably get in, those one or two cases here or there, because um, once again, it's all to the good. And then, another factor that comes into play is like, man, some of these direct to consumer months, like the direct-to-consumer sales that we're getting like 10 cases just from end up alone every month on a consistent basis, and now that cut off. So that's $300 that we're not getting from direct-to-consumer sales. Where are we going to get that $300 from direct-to-consumer sales? But these are all the things that, as far as sales is concerned, and as far as a salesman is concerned, it should always be constantly be thought of. Like, man, we need to. How are we going to make more? How are we going to close up this? Or how are we going to get the sales that we need for something that dropped off? Whether it's an account, whether it's direct consumer, whatever it is, we have to find ways to be able to generate those amounts so that our numbers continue to grow and we continue to see what we need to see as a company. This year we want to do just within a whole complete 12 months, and I know I've told you guys this before, we've proven that we can make 100K in 12 months of selling product. Every year we've done over 100K every year. It took us a little bit longer as the years, from year one to year two, but we still got it. Generated over 100K. The only difference between the reason why we're pushing such a hard line this year is because we want to see in a whole 12 months, like just one calendar year, not 2013 and 2014. We want to see a whole 2016 calendar year that we've generated over 100K in sales, and that's big right there. For us, it's another step in the right direction. But we're not settling for that. Like I said, we're not settling for that. We're looking for other avenues to tap into so that we can grow exponentially faster on a faster pace. So with that being said, that is pretty much all I have. Let's be ready for Friday. New change of venue, but we're good to go. We got that. And what was the last?
Where's the new venue at?
Oh, you didn't hear him? He just said Cox Theater.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so because they didn't want to let Ezel perform because he promotes drugs. Stupid. That's just funny as hell. What else?
There's 5 to 89 colors you want to pick to put in the box.
Oh, did I? So, and then one more update was what we were able to manufacture. I believe I told you guys it was 1,477 cases we were able to manufacture. 15 of those cases they are not labeled, so we're going to most likely use that 15 cases as samples. And when our next pickup comes, we're going to get those 15 cases, and all we're going to do is, that actually kind of helps us out as far as like keeping track, because we've been having so many issues with numbers that not adding up. As far as the cases, we got our sales down, but it comes down to like the sampling, and we're not on top of our job with what we're using out there in the field, and there goes the discrepancy in cases. So this actually, I know it's only 15 cases, but as far as samplings is concerned, that's pretty big load right there for samplings. And that'll help us to just be more on top of it. This. I say this all the time, but this production run, we've already picked up 102 cases. When this 102 cases is gone, it's on to the next. But it's not on to the next where it's just like we're just worried about sales. We really have to stay on top of it. I mean, I can't stress the fact that if we eliminate some of these issues that we're having, especially with inventory, we're able to see increase in profit in our profit margin, because now we're not saying, or we're not putting ourselves in a position where we don't know where the hell these cases are, and then we just have to write it off at the end of the year. Now we want to do a better job of staying on top of this stuff. So let's do it this time around, man. Let's stay on top of this. Let's be faithful with with our responsibilities. Our duties as salesmen, us handling the product on a consistent basis. I mean, we're going from here to Frisco to just everywhere in this county and whatnot, and that's a lot of time on the road, a lot of time just in motion that the little things we tend to just forget about. But we can't allow that. We have to be on top of this, and this is important for us this year to do a better job than we did last year with keeping track of inventory. So with that being said, are you guys good? Everybody good?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it, and we give you all the praise, glory, and honor for your worthy, Lord. We thank you. We love you. We ask that you be with us throughout the rest of the evening and all our family everywhere else. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all, man. Holla at y'all. Love y'all.
Love y'all. One.
All right, but Pilo.
Hey, fuck you.